on the topic, Learning from the Business Enablers, Stories on Successful Turnarounds and Transformation. Before I invite my speakers, please allow us a minute so that we can set up the stage for the panel. Okay, I would like to invite on stage our panel moderator first, that is Mr. 𝗕𝗂𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃, who is the Senior Vice President and CISO at 𝗕𝗬𝗡 Group. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause. Next, our panel members, Mr. Virupaksh A, who is CIO and CGM at Defence PSU at BEML Limited, Government of India. Mr. Kaushik Roy, who is Regional Director India at 𝗕𝗂𝗀𝗃. Mr. Suhrid Brahma, CTO at WNS Global Services. Mr. Mukund Shastri, Group VP and Chief Data Science Officer at Mahindra 𝗕𝗂𝗊𝗲𝗂. And Mr. Vijay Babu, CIO at ABB India. Please welcome the panelists with a huge round of applause.
We are the last session. I think the whole day you had a lot of too much of information overload, I believe. So let's make this a little lighter. This is a no PPT show, so I think I'm sure, and we have a great panel. So, in fact, the topic also is very interesting. If you look at the passion in action, in fact, it's all about talking your all real, in fact, what you do. In fact, success stories, especially in your respective. Now we have Virupaksh also. So, in fact, my life is very easy because we have a diverse panel and very experienced panel. In fact. Also, my job is tough because if I just leave one of them, they'll take 30 minutes, right? They're talking about so many transformation stories, right? So I think that's I'm just here to only cut you short. Otherwise, if I just leave you, so each CIO, I'm sure in your organizations you're doing great, and there are a lot of success stories around business transformation. So I'll just set the context. While of course the whole day you had a lot of insights coming from great leaders around how IT. In fact, is transforming. The CIO, CTOs are really helping organizations to scale. Of course, today every organization embraces your whole digital technologies, and so I think while the focus is not, I think you had enough on all the digital and technology. I think this session is more about talking their experiences in their organizations about how they have transformed. In fact, the business transformation. So I think. We may not have too much time. In fact, just one round. We'll just go and I would like you to introduce and talk about some. I know each one of you will have multiple stories, but at least pick up one story, which probably there was a huge impact. Now, whether it's customer centric or it's any specific stakeholder centric. So I think maybe I think I can start with you because you are the digital guy, right? Especially a lot of buzz around low code, no code, right? I'm sure. Yeah. You have multiple stories around.
So stories are like lots, but yeah, let me just stick on to one of them. So my organization, if you see, I think an average age would be about 27, 20, 29. That's the average age of all our people. And as I said, we look for multiple apps on the phone, right? So the demand for digital use is very, very high here. And one thing which highlights the most is the collaboration. Like we love using WhatsApp. So the collaboration part within my organization is very, very high. Everything is communicated on that, and we use a single platform for it, which is our platform, and that has actually brought in a big change. Okay, so starting from huge files to smaller things and notifications and creating immediate apps or immediate workflows or anything. We do it like very fast, and these kids are like really, really good, and that has got something, a big impression within the organization, and we, the kids of 90s or 80s, we have also adapted to it, and we would still call ourselves as kids because we're still young at heart. So we kids of 90s and 80s, we've also adapted to, and we have experienced that. Similar things so for our customers. Okay, customers also, there's a very different way of approaching them, and they are also quite comfortable in this way. However, there are some of them who still believe pick up the phone and talk, but eventually that would also, but that human interaction is very important. That's still there. So we still come to office, but we still use a digital platform. Over to you.
Great.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. And am I audible? Yeah, this is working, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So thanks for the example, and I'll probably scale it up in a different way. So WNS is a company with about 57,000 people, 17 countries, 60 delivery locations. Of course, you know, multiple customers in multiple industries, right? So there is, if you ask me what's the one flavor or one view, one of the biggest challenge for us is to make sure that we have that still a single view of the enterprise for, of course, the customers and the employees, right? And one example, since you wanted us to limit to one core example, and those of you know, in IT services, in business process management services, there's a term called floor pulse. You heard about it, most of you? Floor pulse, that is, you walk into a floor, you see, a lot of people working, you have some dashboards telling what's the status. Very common in the IT BPM side. And again, all of us were engaged in digital transformation even before COVID came in. But one example I want to share is when that floor disappears, right? How do you have the pulse of the business? That's the essence of our digital play, that while the floor, the physical floor, almost disappeared, and it's of course coming back. It's in hybrid mode now. But how did we switch from a work from office to a work from home to a hybrid model? And I'm sure all of you would have similar stories for sure, but I would say that's one of the key elements of a digital enterprise that we are focused on.
Yeah, please.
Hello.
Yeah.
So actually I represent the telecom sector and telecom analytics and AI. So from digital transformation perspective, two parts. One is a product vendor, which delivers the value-added services kind of solutions to the telco operators. They started making AI, ML and analytics as core feature in their products. So they started setting up the Center of Excellences for AI and Analytics, and because telco has gone quite ahead, or quite early rather, I will say, into the AI sector, or using the AI features, and I think 3 to 4 years down the line before, from now, they started investing, and accordingly the product vendors also started using AI, right, for their capabilities. The second part is telco as a customer, right? So as we know, telcos have evolved like 2G, 3G, 4G, now 5G, right? So the speed of data has gone up, and with the speed of data, the customer touch points have increased. Now we see that the channels which the customer interacts with the telcos or other enterprises as well, they have multifolded, and the digital channels have gone up, not only web, but the app channels and other channels, chatbots and others. So there is a need for AI that has gone up from the end touchpoint or channel area. The second part that we have seen from the AI point of view, the core areas like network and marketing, they started using AI a lot. And marketing especially, because the customers are now expecting lot of stuffs on the digital channel, the end customer or subscriber, and marketing has to be faster. So there is a need for real-time marketing now, and marketing which is AI driven or predictive marketing. So the marketing manager or CMO, I will say, is expecting what my customer is going to do now, right? So there is a need for contextual analytics around a customer or end subscriber, what he is going to do. And if he is going to do, let's say he's going to recharge his SIM card in a prepaid scenario. If he goes to a retailer for recharging or goes to a web page for a retailer, what next should I offer? So that's a product recommendation or a recommendation engine. That is something, it's a need of the hour on the AI part. So there is a need of AI which has gone on to what do we recommend and where do we recommend and at what time do we recommend. So it's a time, channel and what that is an offer or a campaign. That is something that has evolved with the use of AI.
And I'm sure, I think after 5G, more adoption, I'm sure.
And with the 5G, yes.
Multifold, in fact.
It is going to.
The whole AI ML story is
yes.
certainly great. Maybe we'll come back again to know more about AI ML.
Yes, please.
Let's first go to Virupaksh, and Virupaksh can talk 30 minutes about BML transformation, but yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I want to touch upon a different kind of story, because technical, digital, we heard morning till now. Okay, I'm working in defense sector, So I may not be, I'm working in a confined, data disclosure kind of things. I would like to, tell the story of my previous company. Okay, it is a very interesting story. When I joined first day, I met managing director. So he called me, CIO come, what you can do for me? Okay, we are paying a lot of money for you. So it is huge. So what you can do? He's a managing director, basically from sales and marketing background. Okay. So he said, okay.
So how much top line, how much bottom line?
Yes. He was a core, person in the counting the money only. Okay. So I said, I was knowing, okay, context, okay. It was at that point of time 1,200 crore. So I was knowing, yes, the business was growing. Okay. Then I said, let us make it for the next 3 years, 3x growth, both top line and bottom line. Okay. He was much worried about the bottom line. Okay. So how we can do the magic? Okay. So most important thing for CIOs, any CIOs, you need to be with a business. You need to understand a business. Otherwise, if we are staying with a cloud, with the jargons of digital, all these things, we are lost. Okay. Because first of all, nobody respects in any manufacturing company CIOs. Okay. This is the fact. We need to understand our fact, and we need to catch the people, okay, who are business, who are influencing in the business domain. Okay, that is most important. For your success, you need to catch hold of influencers. This is most important. Okay, so what I did, I committed. Okay, let us commit 3x, 3 years. Okay, whether it is happens or not, it is a different story. Okay, so it is so very interesting. All these things he said. Okay, then since it was a growing business. So what I did, okay, it is a very, very, I did a very simple things, but we achieved, okay, we achieved what we did, very simple things. So I just did as is study, very simple way, okay, and I sat with all the business stakeholders and derived at low hanging fruits, okay, attack the low hanging fruits, show them, yes, we can do the things for your business will grow, okay. So then, get the confidence, okay, okay, then you talk about the spending. First of all, to start with any conversation, don't talk about the spending, okay, talk about, yes, we will do it, you will get that, okay, you will do this, you will get that, okay, something like that. It is, okay, we have to be with that. Okay.
Of course, I think the overall the CI role itself is now becoming an enabler, right, business enabler.
Yes, sometimes we are lacking because of we are more intelligent. We want to enable AI, ML, all those things. But managing director, he doesn't understand all those things. He understands only top line, bottom line. Okay. So then immediately what we did, as is, whatever the applications are there, I did not think of, replacing or enhancing all these things. No. Okay. As it is, I implemented simple thing, data analytics. Okay. Capture all the data as it is. Give them what they want. Give them a dashboard. I gave them dashboard every day morning. Dashboard used to go to every user. Every user, first I started from where the money comes, where the honey pot is there. That is sales and marketing. All 400 people, sales and marketing, started getting their KRA, their targets, their target versus achievements every day, 6 o'clock in the morning. They used to get a mail including CMD, including managing director. Okay, every day morning. Okay, 6 o'clock. After 3 months, he started asking me at 6 o'clock. Yes, Virupaksh, where is your mail? I have not received. Okay, so I built a simple dashboard, very simple dashboard. It went. It became a very popular. Everybody were relying on that particular simple dashboard for the sales and marketing.
Basically,
okay? Yes.
Database decisions, basically.
Yeah. So it is giving them what they wanted. Okay. So then we went to the other areas of logistics, manufacturing, then finance, all those things we started. Okay. So most important for manufacturing is a sales and marketing. Okay. So give them what they wanted. Okay. So let us not talk about, okay, it will require a big data, I need to set up a cloud, I need to, hire so many people, all those things it will follow, okay? But make them happy with the simple things without any investment. That is also possible, okay? So this is what my learning. So that is what a success. After 3 years, we achieved a 3x, 3,600 crore, okay?
Great,
But
great.
I did not achieve. It is all collaboration with the other business. We gave them a confidence. That's it. Okay. Thank you very much.
Let's go to Vijay. Yeah, you come from a very large enterprise.
I
I'm
think
sure.
I'm the last one to speak. I'll not take much time. I think our colleagues have spoken everything about all these things. Maybe I would just try to touch upon like the famous topic of work from home. Now, what is coming to work from home versus the office? Office is something you come collaborate, at least you learn, you mentor, you do it. But as more people working from home, what is getting diminishing is the training or the upskilling that is required. So without again additional investment. So we thought of looking at what best we should do with what we have already invested. So we had a Teams platform. So basically what we did is something unique that every day there is something called IT tips. So that will flash one topic, just only one topic, it will not. One topic will be in the chat box of the users, and wherein with these IT tips, the person whomsoever has the inquisitiveness to learn, at least we are giving him one topic. So basically, initially we have seen that the moment it is given, the adoption was good, and people were really good. Oh yeah, I'm learning. It can be a small thing, and it can turn to be a big thing, but just one topic a day. Then second, what we have done, we try to motivate the managers to speak in their business meeting one word. Were you able to look at the IT tips today? That's all, whether it can be physical or anything. So basically, it's the question of trying to enforce a learning in a very a more discussion mode, or basically it's more about a manager asking him, have you ever done it? So it helps them to pick up whomsoever have not learned it or who is not trying to learn it. So this learning culture is something that we built upon first. So this is from a first use case, a simple use case which is in our control, that is there. Second, another use case is like the team now chats. Now you want IT support, how we do, where we will do. A simple thing in the chats only we have created as again an icon called IT support separately. And nobody need to go anywhere. Anyhow, chat is always open anytime. So click IT support, it comes. There is also another easiest way. There are all these things, whatever the AI or the first it should go to a chatbot and from there. But the adoption was very bad with the chatbot. Basically, then we gave both the options, both chatbot and the person speaking. And I think the adoption is increasing. So basically, the underlying fact is give small thing for the user so that he will be able to take it and adapt it much easy. So that's from a learning curve. I think there is a good learning curve increased after introducing this thing.
So let's just go once again with one more round of maybe I think you, Kaushik, how are you helping customers in fact in your low code, no code? What is the adoption and any stories, any turnaround stories?
Yeah. So so our customers who I would take up, there are two kinds of customers. One is the large enterprise traditional customers who have been through for a very long time. And we have these digital native, born in the digital companies like Swiggy, Flipkart, Myntra, all of them. So both of them, so the approach has been very different. And we could see the difference, okay. Decision making, obviously, in the traditional ones a little slow because one, understanding the culture, two, adapting to it, and digital native, okay, these guys know it and they do it much faster. But both of them have something in common, which is the idea and the vision, which is there that yes, I need to achieve here. So that is something which is always there in common. All of us, we have heard a lot, and we all have this vision that yes, we want to do it. So our customers have actually kept that vision on, and some of them move faster, some of them are doing it slow. So, but eventually they'll get there. Now it totally depends, and again, as you rightly said, it's not the percentage of growth, it's the X number of times you grow, which is very, very important, and that's where the money comes in. So that is how our customers are going through.
Suhrid, how about your adoption of emerging technologies or AI, ML?
Yes, so while we hear about all these jargons in terms of tech, but outside the room, I think it's very important for us to see how we really bring it to a real world, right?
True.
And since your theme is customers now, I want to give an example that, look, anything that we are doing, and we have a customer experience practice, what has changed? Somebody said, customer may still call, right? I mean, of course, we see deflection. You talked about chat. Our chat is, chat is only as good as it's integrated. And if you're not able to solve the problem using the chat, you'll never go back to the chat. Some chats are only to tell you FAQs and that's all, right? So I think there are three key levers which I have seen useful for any customer experience. One, if it is possible to do a self-service, nothing like it. And I think at least as the world is emerging and many more people on a digital mode, they would prefer a self-service mode rather than calling or writing an email or whatever. If not self-service, anything real-time is very well appreciated. I'll give an example, right? So we run a lot of customer service operations, say, for a utility company, right? Now, if you are a customer and I'm not getting into the channel, you can come through a voice or you can come through an email or whatever. Let's say you come through voice still, right? There are a lot of old people also, they probably don't use that channel, right? Now think of a customer, two scenarios of customer experience. One is you say utility company in the UK and you want to change your billing plan, right? I can do two things. One is take the request, give the customer a request number that ABC XYZ and tell that, okay, you will hear back from us in 48 hours. Okay, that's one side of the response. Other response is understand, okay, you want to change your billing plan. You have something that can call an API in the back end, goes to SAP, changes the billing plan, comes back and tells the customer that, okay, it is done, right? And after that, AI comes in that, what's the next action? Can I cross-sell something? Can I add something? So now you think of it, two scenarios. One, you're getting a number or a reference number and 48 hours of TAT, where many times you'll after 48 hours either not get something or you'll say, okay, I need another 48 hours if you call then, vis-a-vis a real-time response, closure of the issue and leveraging, where most of the AI comes in is how can I use that channel to, do other stuff, right? Obviously, the entire trend, if I say, is going towards the second scenario, and I can apply it for an insurance, claim. I can apply it for and these are the industries we serve. So travel, you try to change your air ticket. Not only that gets done, but you cross-sell another. You're going to, say, Germany for a Europe tour, you add Austria, right? I mean, I'm just giving examples, right? So how much of data you can bring in is very critical. And I would actually, while you talk about AI and ML, I want to talk about data because we are privileged because, the amount of computing power we have now, even if you go back by 5 years, not too long ago, you wouldn't have that much of computing power at that kind of a low cost, right? So what we are doing, Satish, is, depending on the contextualization, we still believe, a domain, you can't apply AI, ML unless you understand the domain, right? But once you understand the domain and then you apply an AI and ML and data on top of it to drive A, customer satisfaction, B, outcomes, in terms of additional business or revenue or cost savings, and then, use the data to do move from a customer service to a customer delight. I think that's a broad view you're using in terms of all that. The challenge also, I'll say one thing, the enterprises are not connected, right? Why? It's not that, today till someone gives you a reference number because that gentleman or the lady who's probably taking your call or your mail would not be equipped to get that data, there won't be an API which will call SAP and change the thing. So I think it's all possible today. How much of adoption happens is really depending on, how fast or how slow you want to go.
So let's go to Mukund. See, the underlying AI ML is all about data science, right? You being the data science, you want to add something like how the quality of data and what kind of adoption?
Hello. So what was your question?
No, basically we're talking about AI ML. And
Yeah.
the whole underlying AML is all about data science. And
Yes, yes, correct.
of course, you play a vital role, right? You being a data science officer. So what kind of, you see the stories around like how the AML adoption, especially
Yeah,
in
so
your telecom-
actually while adopting AI/ML for the telecoms, telecom has large amount of data, and now the data which is internal plus external,
Correct.
those are to be integrated. So majority of the challenges we have been facing while delivering the AI/ML solution is how do I integrate data internal to external. For example, let us say I have the data which is at the mobile number level inside, and outside I have social ID, Facebook ID, Twitter ID. How will I link that?
Correct.
Generally in the industry it is said that finding is that around 18% of data you can map to the social ID, because that the mobile number is present in the profile of the customer and you have to get a approval for, or authorization from him. So that is possible, but there is a need for fuzzy logic kind of algorithms which can actually do for furthermore, the mapping of the internal to external data, which could be, based upon the customer profile, customer email IDs, customers likings, customers location, and many other things, right? So there is a need on that. That's a challenge. We say that we have a lot of data, we have big data, we have structured, unstructured data. That is possible. The technology is helping out. But the core at the business level, if you try to join two entities, it is becoming difficult. So that is one challenge that we have been facing at the data level. And then second part is at the business level. You go to a business and say, okay, I will create a model for you. They say what you will bring out of it, right? Absolutely. So they ask for, okay, what is the uplift you will give? What is the cross sell or offer take up that you will increase? What is the retention increase that you will do? So we have to talk a story of linking AI output to a business value. Otherwise, there is no meaning. So these are a few of the learnings that we are seeing. And at the same time, as I talked earlier also, that AI need now is going from batch to real time. Right? We have been doing a lot of batch, take the older data, create the prediction. They say now at this moment what is happening, you tell me. What is the next best action? What's the next best click? What's the next best offer that I should roll out to this customer? As we can see in Amazon, somebody is buying a laptop, at the same time you get a offer recommendation that, okay, you get a laptop bag also. Absolutely. Now there is no batch processing there, it's a real time. So there is a need for the real time AI that is to be done. That's another challenge that we are now trying to address for the businesses. So by actually taking up the integration, we are trying to get the partners and product vendors who can put that kind of logic where internal, external entities can be put in together, the fuzzy logic can be put in, and then second part is going from the batch to real time. So we need to have the AI which is faster, and how we can make it near the data where it is getting processed. So that is actually we are trying to address with the help of better innovations in the AI technologies, basically.
Great, great. I think we're running short of time. I think let's open up for questions. Audience, please shoot your questions, whoever you wish to. Anything, I know we are in between. Yeah, I think.
Satish Nagarajan, I'm from KISSFlow.
Yeah.
My colleague is there. My question is to Mr. Virupaksh. You did a digital transformation, you started it with sales and marketing, you said, where you had 400 people and you started it with a reporting system, right? And was it all done digital, or you started with manual processes initially and then moved to tech? That is one question. The second question is, what I see in digital transformation, at least from my perspective, it's more of mindset and culture than the tools and tech which is there. But first comes the mindset and culture. So how did you influence 400 people, like whoever was the responsible people?
Yeah. No, go ahead. I think they'll.
Hello. Yes, it was not a reporting tool, it was analytics plus reporting tool. Okay, analytics most important to create a KPIs. Okay, that is the one. Okay, one is mindset, second one is tools also. Without tools, mindset will not happen. It will not bring the transformation. Okay, so you need to have a structured discussion with the business stakeholders. Okay, come up with define the KPIs, okay, what they want, and what are your digital capabilities in-house, okay. If there is no capability, then it fails, okay. You need to have a capability, okay. So you need, if you do not have a capability, either it can outsource, okay. And always when you are outsourcing, when you are talking about a costly, what you call investment, okay, always you go for a POC kind of things, okay. POC, proof of concept, anything you want to do, quickly you do it. Don't wait, don't take a much time for a POC. POC, you do it 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, that's it, not more than that, okay. These are all a quick win. You need to be very fast when you want to achieve actual results for the business, okay. Your back-end things, all the data mining, setting up the data lake kind of things, all these things, you can take a time, okay. So that should run parallelly, okay. So in the first, what you need to do in the digital transformation, go for the easiest things, I'm telling you. Very easiest things, then achieve the difficulty level last, okay. So this is how it is a mixture of, experiences. Not only just tools, not only just people. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And I would like to add just one thing. You asked Kaushik about our customer whom we changed something. Actually, recently we did a case study with First Philippines Holdings, which is a big holdings company in Philippines, where we actually introduced it and their subsidiary companies are using it. And we were able to get thousands of approvals a month digitized with this one, and they are in a decarbonization goal where they want to go paperless completely, and they are using KISSFlow as a tool to actually write this entire thing.
Great. Thank you. Thanks. Anything? Yeah, I think one just last question, and then we can definitely catch up offline.
Well, I have a question, little different question though, for Mukund, for the data science part. So, how do you see the opportunity of freshers, the fresh graduates, to join in an organization or organizations as a data scientist as to start their career?
So how do you see the
Freshers to come into a data science. He's talking about freshers, right? Freshers
Yeah,
to
the freshers joining
got
as a
it.
data scientist
Yes.
or data science career basically.
Yes.
There are multiple data science
So-
courses and all. Yeah.
Correct. So actually, we are seeing that there is a lot of demand for data science and supply is less. So one of the strategies we in 𝗕𝗲𝗊𝗲 followed is to focus on how do we build the skills of the people who are freshers. So majority of our base, around 60% of the base is a fresher, and that we take it from what we have done is we have taken IITs, NITs, and also there are institutes like GIM, Goa Institute of Management. From here they are actually teaching business analytics and data science as one of the subject there. We choose the candidates from there, so that saves our lead time in order to ramping them up initially. And then we have the internal trainings for the people in terms of domain, because data science is not just technology. So we have to have the domain knowledge to them on let's say retention or cross sell or upsell. What does that mean? So introduce them that particular area before they are put on the job. The second part we are doing is in order to manage the rapid implementation of the AI/ML models or AI technology, we have created the tools like Rapid AI Builder, right? We know that H2O.ai, IBM also has the separate to Watson related tool on that. So now the trend is that how do I make an auto AI enabled so that my basic stuffs can be automatically developed with the help of the tool, and then we can put the data scientists who have experience in order to do the next level work. That is where you need a lot of manual intervention for accuracy and performance measurement and performance monitoring. So we put the data scientists at that level, and the technology which is automatic AI can help out to fill up the mundane work of the AI part. So that is how we are trying to address it basically. Laterals are pretty less. We see a lot of turnover or people leaving very fast, 6 months to 12 months time frame. So in order to manage that, we have to grow the people inside with different HR strategies also. That is in place basically.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks. I think, thank you all for great insights. I hope it was